Всем привет, дамы и господа. Продолжаем проходить к домкам. В общем, дождался я ночи, как и хотел. Надо... Чё тебе надо? Не, стань. Надо, в общем, украсть у этого... дядьки. Портного. Прачу. Блин. Да я куда ты бежишь? Чё меня бьет? Помогите. Смотри, как он меня наваливает. А? Надо куда-нибудь ее деть по-быстрому. Подожди. Мне надо куда-нибудь ее скинуть. Так. Ты меня бесишь, что уже,
I'll kill you. I'll fucking kill.
Ты что меня? Что, дурак, что совсем? Ну, мечом можно колоть. Ай. Все, пойдем сдадимся. Мне, конечно, репутацию снизит.
What the hell are you doing?
А что, в смысле, все что? Ребят, а что с репутацией? Полтишок. Куда ты бежишь-то? Я не знаю, что происходит. Короче, ладно, давай забираем эту штуку. Садимся на лошадь и погнали. Там что будет, то и будет. Ну я фиг его знаю, что он встал-то. Он тупо встал и смотрит на меня. Это уже, кстати, все время. Где-то дичь какая-то. Главненько все доспехи, небось, не покоцан. Туда я хоть бегу, что-то куда-то не пойми, куда лечу. Ладно, давай насквозь. Насквозь что-то не получается. Где нахожусь? Ага. Да, я не там свернул. Так, подожди, я отсюда выйти смогу. Мне надо куда-то туда. В темноте тут скакать, конечно, вообще нифига не видать. Куда бежишь, и пойми. Опять же, кстати, пока немножечко выполнял пару всяких квестов. Птиц тех поймал. Там такое, конечно. Типа, не очень уж такое интересное. В каких кушерях я тут? Дядька, ты не мог поближе жить, а? Зашквар какой-то. Так, ну вроде вот твой забор. Ладно. Да, что-то не наваливаешься. Сейчас мне утра еще ждать. Понятно. Просто так ничего нет. Не бывает. Ты, дядька, ты где тут? Надо это вытащить. Бродяга какой-то.
God be with you.
I have that cloth for you.
Oh, excellent. Here's your reward.
Так и чё?
Is there any work?
I'm not looking for any.
В смысле? Я не понял, подожди. Мы с тобой как договаривались? Прикинь. Так, ну вот, я, в смысле, к нему подхожу. Ничего не понял, ну-ка. Знаете место. Спроси мельника Симона. Мельник, мать твою, Симон.
Would you have any work for me?
Yes, I might have. It all depends.
Do you plan to send me for some or to rob a brewery?
I want the recipe. The landlord in Ujits makes a brew that could earn a man a pretty sum of money, if only he had a mind to share it. But he doesn't. You'll go there and pinch his recipe. Although he can't read, he had the scribe write it down for him. But you'll have to hunt around for the sheet.
I can't see you hanging up your miller's apron and starting to brew beer. But I'll bring you that recipe.
Fine. Just don't be too long about it.
Слушай, что я теперь на тебя задание, что ли, буду выполнять до самого конца? Ну что, залагало, что ли, я понять не могу. Ну да, нормально так. Ладно, пойдем на туда, к Б, который... Че, да он сломался у нас. Странная какая-то фигня. Типа я ж помню, он сказал, типа, мол, я, говорит, незнакомцам не скажу об этом. Чисто из-за этого мы начали выполнять его задание. Капец они, конечно, это, все это погляди на них. Одну вещь украл, все, сразу доверие нормально.
I can't go any further. The current could sweep me to my death.
Он, кстати, плавать не умеет. То, что он плавать не умеет, это... Ой, не очень хорошо.
Just for a while, he says.
Henry,
To help your
I'm
neighbours, he
glad you
says.
stopped by.
It's been weeks.
Текс.
Aha. It's you.
I see you look much better.
What is it?
No, I feel much better. Then I heard it was all down to you. Thank you. If you ever need to know about anything that's going on in Sasau, come and see me. There's nothing much happens here without my knowledge. Thomas is my name.
How are you doing? Feeling better yet?
Aye, much better. I'm truly grateful. A bit longer and I'll be able to run back to the woods and carry on. Well, never mind. Very kind of you to look in on me.
Truth be told, I didn't come just for your health.
What do you need?
Well, I've heard tell there's work for fearless men who enjoy a bit of silver.
Ah, I believe I can help you with that. They used to frequent the tavern, but now they meet in the church.
The church?
Aye, that's right. The church is locked at night, but if you see a light, the door will be open. Go in there and wait. Say a prayer or something, and then you'll see.
That's it? I don't need to speak to anyone?
Just doing what I told you is enough. They'll give you a good look over and see if you've got the metal. Don't you worry about that.
All right, thank you.
You took care of me, why wouldn't I help you? Tit for tat, eh?
Ну, ладно. Не, ну типа, ну блин, ну сука. Так, отправляйся к месту вербовки, попробуй найти условия. Потому что я до сих пор там залаганная. Да, какой-то мельник странный тут. Че меня, никто арестовывать не хочет, что ли? Чё? Да блин! Что ж ты не нагибаешься, когда едешь, а? А это за мной. Давайте, пацаны.
Hey, you!
Surrender.
Don't move
You'll
a
have to
muscle.
answer for your...
Что они коцаны?
You've been making trouble and beating people up. We don't put up with that around here. You should have thought twice about what you're doing. That'll land you a fat fine.
I won't put up with any more of this. Keep it up, and you'll rue the day you cross me.
But I was just... You misunderstood me. Sorry. You can go.
Эй. Понял, да, Нейт? С кем ты связался, мать твою? Не, ну по идее, да, он как бы, ну чё, ну он свои обязанности выполняет. Мне вот туда бы как-нибудь попасть. Ночью. Тут драка на мечах будет или где? Такс.
You've no
Я
business.
понял. Ожидаем, значит, ночи. Так, блядь. Сказал, ночи дожидаемся. Надеюсь, опять в темноте вот этих вот битв не будет там. Терпеть их не могу. Откуда тебя бьют, а откуда непонятно. Особенно если их много.
Hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come. Thy will be done on earth as it is in
Amen.
heaven. What?
So, you've been looking for us, eh? What is it you want?
И стрелу выпустил. Минус.
I hear you're hiring men who don't mind getting their hands dirty.
Is that so? And where did you hear that?
Taverns and the like. People talk.
Oh, that's a pretty tale. But no one in any tavern told you to come here and wait, did they? So let's have it. Who told you?
I don't recall his name, but he was one of your friends. He said that he couldn't take me straight to you, that I had to go through the church.
He was right about that. But he still said more than he should have.
I know my way around. You won't go wrong with me.
Spare me the boasting. I've got a test ready for you. Let's see how you handle it before you tell us how wonderful you are.
What test?
Nothing complicated. We used to take anyone who looked like they could keep their head on straight. But not now. Now you can only join if you do what we tell you.
Which is what? Steal something?
Nah, not theft. If you want to join us, you have to kill Pius.
Who's Pius? And why should I kill him?
That's none of your business. But I'll tell you anyway, because it's an instructive tale. Pius was one of us, but he fucked up.
How? Did he steal something?
Yeah, that was part of it. Stole some money, ran away. Few boys died over it. Showed a distinct lack of loyalty. And as soon as he's dead, you can join us.
I'll have to find him first.
You don't need to find him. We know where he is.
Then why haven't you killed him yourselves?
It's quite a test. He's hiding in a monastery.
With the stable boys? It's not hard to get into the grounds.
No, not there. Well, he would have been dead long since. He's in the, cloister, or whatever it is.
But only monks can get in there.
Just monks and Pius. He's an educated bastard. Seems he used to be a priest, but it didn't quite work out.
How will I recognize Pius?
He won't have been there long. He should be the only new one there.
But what if there are others? What does he look like?
Normal. He always went about well dressed and had a fine-looking dagger.
Yes, except he'll be given a robe and they'll take his knife.
Then you'll have to try and figure out which one of the novices it is, and get him to betray himself. Try getting him drunk. Then send him straight to hell.
Get him drunk? In a monastery?
We're better. There's more wine there than in the royal cellars. And I doubt he suddenly stopped drinking.
Murder someone in a monastery? Have you gone mad?
Murder's a sin as it is. Doesn't really matter where you do it.
Yes, it does. I'd be spilling blood on hallowed ground.
Well then, knock him senseless, drag him outside, and finish him off where it's less sacred. I don't give a damn where you do it, just as long as he ends up dead.
And how am I supposed to get into the cloister?
You'll think of something. Maybe there's a secret passage. I've heard there's some cave underneath. The cave of St. Procopius. There might be a way into it from outside.
And do you have any other ideas besides secret passages?
Well, there is this one fellow been hanging around the taverns. Supposed to join the monastery soon. Might be he could help you somehow. I'd try talking to him if I were you. And if he doesn't help, knock him on his ass and take anything he's got that you could use to pass yourself off as him. A letter of admittance to the monastery, or whatever.
Fine. So I've got to kill Pius. He's in the cloister, and to get into the cloister, I'll need to enlist the help of some boy who's joining the order, right?
More or less. And now the main thing.
The main thing is to kill him, isn't it?
Of course. But that's not all. All hell's gonna break loose in the monastery after the murder. So, either make sure nobody finds him, or hightail it out of there quick as soon as the job's done. But better if they don't find him right away.
And what else? Should I come back here afterwards?
No. Before you run for it, take his special dice and bring it as proof that you killed him. And if you can get him to tell you where he hid the coin, bring that as well.
Bring his dice and the money if I find it. And where should I bring it?
From the monastery, head east across the river. There'll be a swamp where you'll find a fire pit. Go there at night and light a fire. Make it nice and big and we'll show up. Take the dice and the money, and then tell you where to report. Got it?
Right, I'm to slip into the best guarded place in the entire region and kill someone. Take his dice and money, and then go to the swamp and wait by the fire.
Yeah, that's the idea.
Well, you can at least say a few Hail Marys for me. I'm gonna need all the help I can get.
And remember, we'll be keeping tabs. So don't you try to run off, alright?
Да, прикольно. Бедность селом. А, задание. Я понял. Так. Сразу сюда? Ага, все, я понял. Да я понял, что он начал идёт. Мне. Блин, да рад идти дофига. Давай сначала поболтаем с ним. По идее, вроде бы как-то... Нет. Смогу я тут... По-моему, это не смогу. Чуть нельзя. Место что ли. Да пофиг вообще. Ладно. Ой, куда я? А, блядь. Все, обман. Ладно. Сюда я не помещаюсь. Да не наваливай меня ни на какой, ни на частный. На общедоступный. И опять, правда, не сюда пошел я. Где мост уже, я не понимаю. Ты меня тут кто стрелял? А, или это я здесь. А, я же здесь, да, был челик. Который этот шпионил за помощником гравировщика вот этого. Текс. Ну-ка, захаваем. В принципе, ладно, пока ночь, давай-то туда. Скажем ему что да как. Сейчас как раз дойдем, будет день, потом назад. Это, конечно, не очень прикольно, что вот так вот гоняет. Типа, половина квеста здесь, половина там. Причем вот это вот, куда я сейчас иду, скорее всего, у меня вообще ничего не принесет. Типа, я ему скажу, он такой, ну, молодец, что ты выяснил это. Как-то выкручивайся. Спасибо. Как раз уже к рассвету притопал. Все, продолжаем. В общем, как всегда, блядь. Как всегда, вот ни минуты покойствия. Вообще, просто вот, как только садишься, сразу тебе начинает названивать, блядь, тебе начинает всякая хуйня какая-нибудь происходить. Ой, бля. Все тут выглядывает, стоит дом. Где ты? Наверху, что ли, сидит?
What is it?
Да иди ты нахуй. Ах ты, сука, блядь. Ты чё, ебанутый, что ли? Эти швабры, нахуй. И все, блядь. Где ты тут сидишь?
Clear off.
Я тебя ща, блядь, ушатаю на. Давай.
Oh, leave me be. I wanna sleep.
Ах ты сука. Пиздец, блядь. Еще и жди нахуй. Скотин проснулся, нет? Все, лил куда-то. Кто это сделал? Кто это такой, блядь?
Be a bit more. How are you, Henry? Jeez.
Да идите нахуй от меня. Уже внизу где-нибудь сидит. Стой, сука. Я тебя поймал,
The Lord be
мудак.
praised. What brings you to me?
Sir, this investigation into the Neuhof massacre, it's getting a bit complicated.
What have you found out?
I tracked down a gang of robbers who recruited killers for Pribyslavitz. They know the Horsons who torched Neuhof.
That's excellent news. Did you find out any more?
So far, not much. If I'm going to infiltrate them, I have to do what they say. That means murdering one of their former cronies, a fellow they call Pius. Apparently he was at Neuhof too.
You have to kill a criminal to prove yourself to them? Huh. I don't much like the sound of it.
That's not the worst of it. This Pius is hiding out in the monastery pretending to be a novice. I'd have to get inside the cloisters to get at him.
Good God above, that's another matter entirely. They don't let just anyone into the cloisters, and the abbot won't give up any of the novices. Secular law has no jurisdiction inside the monastery. But this is the second time that something untoward has happened there. First the counterfeiters, now this. I'd be glad to have someone take a look inside.
It seems like the only way to find Pius is to join the order. Damned if I know how, though.
A bit of meditation and learning would do you good. If it's really the only way to get to him, then you'll have to do it. I'm sorry I can't be of much help. Sadly, my relations with the monastery aren't entirely congenial. You'll have to figure something out for yourself.
What should I do with Pius once I find him?
Don't kill him. Bring him to the bailiff in Ratte. He'll interrogate the man and give him a fair trial.
It doesn't sound like an easy task, sir. Getting into the cloisters, finding Pius, and then getting him to the bailiff.
Far from it, lad. But I have confidence in your abilities. What is it?
Ха, заебись. Ты, говорит, охуеть как сложно, но я в тебя верю, говорит. Спасибо, брат. Я всегда знал, что ты на моей стороне. Заебись, хули. Да, то было бы можно скипнуть поход, вот, типа, вот я прям мимо него проходил, блядь, и как бы если бы нажал на эскейп и в этом месте остался, было бы нормально. Где ты? Обжали. Короче, мне вот интересно, меня они вообще возьмут в монастырь, если я, блядь, накосячил, блядь. Стой, стой, блядь, куда ты? Ты мать твою. Ну, я не хотел. Вообще ты дал какой-то в натуре, вот я час, когда вот игровой час я там стоял, да, я типа, во-первых, когда даже больше часа получается, я когда даже ждал этим еще двоим мне помочь. Когда нажал типа время скипнуть, он подошел только. И вот считай все это время, которое я скипнул, которое я еще там стоял. Он все еще там стоял, блядь, и... Кто, с кем, кого, чего надо? Ты кто?
You? What do you want from me?
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
No.
Вот и поговорили. Да, они ко мне теперь как-то так относятся. Ты кто, ёп?
Good day.
Что, дед?
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
No.
What the hell are you doing?
Художник профессор. Так. Не клево. Ты кто? Забияка из корчмы. Ты шо?
What? Are you volunteering to get your head smashed in?
Ну-ка давай.
That's right.
Да,
Let's
давай. Давай, мы с тобой. На тебе. Мудак. Ты хоть раз меня ударишь, не? Ай, спасибо. Только клинчами, да, бить можешь? Я тоже так могу. Причем очень долго. И очень часто.
Come here, Lily Lip.
Ух ты. Все, отдыхаю. Прям как раз на кровать улегся. Ну что ж ты... Все, я его это самое. Нет у вас больше бияки.
What
Я в
the
этом
hell are
вылез,
you
Carl
doing?
by any chance?
пинать, наверное, ногами буду.
No.
Чужие все такие не
There.
круто.
Satisfied?
Though you'd be better off going for a good
Ты уже-
scrub. You stink like a badger.
You wouldn't be Carl by any chance?
Whatever's quick.
No.
И не выявил,
Here.
что ли. Блять, ну вы охуительно.
Coming right
Да.
up.
Спроси его, Кэрол.
What do you want from me?
Написано.
Are you Carl by any chance?
Here.
I am.
Just as you
Why do you
ordered.
ask?
I've heard that you're bound for the monastery.
Yes. Yes, it's true.
I could do with something
But I've
to eat.
convinced my faithful guardian, Manfred, to give me a few more days of freedom. Mind you, he won't let me visit the brothel. So instead, I'm devoting those days to the demon drink. With whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is Henry.
Pleased to meet you, Henry.
Ah! What the hell are you doing?
Let's have a drink.
A man after my own heart. The drink's on me. And will my guardian angel here join us in imbibing? No, he will not. Perish the thought. My dear, dear lad, what a cross I have to bear. You know, after the tavern, we should pay a visit to some whores. But Manfred won't let me. Get rid of him.
What are you here for?
You're Manfred, the young lord's guardian?
Indeed I am.
Punish.
Why?
Капец у него тут это самое.
Would you let us have a word in private for a moment?
I would not. If I put my guard down for a second, he'll be gone. I have to keep my eye on him.
I'll have a beer.
Ну, типа, вот это единственное, что, как бы, в принципе, возможно, более-менее. Но ты, блядь, глянь. Я просто по слову угрозы, но здесь нет.
You must have a mighty thirst. Waiting here with him for days, just watching him get drunk, and not having a sip yourself.
There's no doubt I'd enjoy a drink. Heaven knows I deserve it. But if I dull my senses in the slightest, that rogue will surely get up to mischief.
So let's drink together. And if you start to feel unwell, I'll keep an eye on him. Like you said, you deserve some fun.
Forgive my rudeness, but you don't look like someone I could trust. I'll drink when my task is accomplished. Until then, I have a job to do.
As you wish.
I've been looking for you two for quite some
I'll be
time.
back in 2 shakes.
I've been sent by the young lord's father with a message intended only for him.
So, I'm just to take you at your word, am I? But where's your seal? You haven't got one. And if you were a...
Слишком силен для моего
There's
красноречия.
something I'd like to talk about.
Here we are.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
I would give you your weight in gold, if I had any. But Manfred there, my guardian angel and caretaker, has all the coin, and he never takes so much as a single step away from me. If you help me get rid of him...
He's been listening to us the entire time.
So what? Listen, friend, let's raise a glass. Manfred here's a sleepy old goat. We can talk once he dozes off. Please, get rid of him for me, any way you can.
There's something Could we speak in private?
Really? Well, I'd love to talk about it, but we won't have privacy as long as... Get rid of him for...
Ah! What the hell are
Я
you
чё, мне
doing?
типа...
You must have a mighty thirst.
There's no...
So let's drink...
Forgive my...
You must have a mighty...
There's no...
So let's drink...
Forgive
Когда
my...
вот это вот пожимать, да, и типа... Ну не, у меня не получится. Так, ладно, давай поглядим. У меня тут вроде что-то есть для этого. Так, тварь из календула, краснобай, да? Повышает красноречие на плюс 5. Мы это съедаем. Лазер. В течение 5 минут твое здоровье восстанавливается. Вы чувствуете себя... Так, это такое. Красноречие 16. Самогон. Крепкий, опасайся похмелья. Я понял. Собачья стена. Шнапс, яд. Ладно, давай попробуем с этой штукой.
You must have a mighty thirst. There's no...
So let's drink together.
I can see you're a reliable lad. So what shall we have to drink? And while we're at it,
О, давай
why not have a
сыграем
little
в гости,
game?
что ты.
I'll be right back with that.
Да, я, кстати, понял, что легенда гласит, что при помощи этой игральной классы можно родить не одну девушку. Ну, так можно, типа, она и так, типа, классная. С ней вообще проиграть не получится, как я понял. Ну, видишь, он как меня засейвил. Да. Фига, на 3000 катаем. Чуть ты, дядька, пожалуйста.
We'll see.
What's the hold up there?
We'll see.
Самоуверенный. Причем гляди, как ему прет вообще.
God's holy hat!
Ого. Так в срач надо умудриться. Давай 4 сотни запишем. Как он быстро отыграл, а?
Good neighbors.
I don't believe it!
Слушай, тебе нет вообще чувства тактики никакой.
Alright, alright.
One ale over here, please.
No point in pushing it.
Косарь, тюрья. Не буду рисковать.
That's all.
Ах ты, кусок. Ты погляди, как он меня догоняет, да? Блин, все-таки сим можно взять.
We'll see.
Но, наверное, более опытный, типа, игрок с ним. Как бы не так просто сказать.
We'll see.
Слушай, ты давай там не надо. Алло.
That'll do me.
Я смотрю, что ты разошелся, что не надогнал.
A tankard of ale for me.
There. Satisfied? I've only got 2 hands.
Капец. Ничего себе.
Should I?
Дядька,
Shouldn't I?
мать твою.
No, I don't.
You must have a mighty...
Это будет
I can
самое быстрое, так сказать. Ну да, давай с ней.
Over here. A beer.
Все-таки иногда она нам помогает. Иногда.
That's it.
Блин, очень странно, я с ней тогда зашел в крышму вратая. Прям на изи его поймал. То есть он
This'll be the one. No luck tonight.
Ну, посиди на нулях.
Hey, I'm dying of thirst here. How much longer must I wait?
Right here.
Finished.
Финиш так, финиш.
Over here. I'd like to order.
Понеслась так понеслась. Что-то у тебя понеслась быстрее, чем у меня.
Your turn.
Значит, так намного быстрее, кстати. А нет. Может и не быстрее. Нет, ну, чутка.
Over here.
Не, ну он жесткий игрок, он еще
That's all.
охуеть с него. Еще мне первый раз немножечко повезло. Это 200.
Am I invisible? Over here.
Ну, 2000.
Here.
Блин. Записывать. Ну, не, он бы опять меня победил, по-любому. Типа ему 350.
We'll see.
Охуеть, блядь.
We'll see.
Нахуй ты дальше-то играли, да? Неудача.
I shouldn't have pushed it.
Уже победил меня, типа, и дальше куда-то подтащился. Ну, в принципе, 300. Еще пятерик, блин. Ну, в принципе, 2400 на 250, но ему догнать. Он уже меня один раз победил. Все, забирает, если все.
Your turn.
Бля, вот тут ты жесткий дядька, бля. Ни с кем я еще так долго не это самое не запаривался.
You must have a might.
Мне тебя надо было победить, пока у меня это действие не закончилось. Нет, давай без нее.
Here you are. Hi, I'll be back in
Ты
2
кружку-то бери.
My pleasure.
Ну, пока давай на 5 сотен остановимся. Ты бери кружку, да. Зачем тебе их 2?
Finished.
Сломанный дядька. Так, такое. Такое. Ладно, его обогнали. Это ты что он делает, а? Мне кажется, ты жульничаешь. Слушай, ну покажи,
That'll
что
do
делать.
me.
Натюрин очень жесткий. Так.
Now I'm for the chop. That's it. That's it. I don't believe it.
Ты слишком азартный, чувак. Но у тебя очень хорошо получается. Бля. Что так все плохо-то? Вообще хереть.
That's it. That's it. God's holy hat!
Что же нам с тобой делать-то? Что-то как-то вообще не прет. Ого! Хотя можно было еще, я же все кости сделал. Ну ладно, не будем рисковать. Ну сейчас мы его догоним, там очень быстро догоним. Ну ладно, погляди просто, блядь.
Your turn.
Сука, что ж ты так меня бесишь-то? Ну-ка, давай как-нибудь так. Ты только не побеждай, сука. Не записывай. И все. Это все, что я тебя прошу. Бля. Все, он записал.
That's all.
Бля, да что ты какой жесткий-то? Ты заебал меня?
You must have a
Действие пришло. Ох, бля, вот это нехило так.
One ale, please.
What? What the hell are you doing?
А, мне тебя не надо было побеждать? Мне не надо было побеждать. Тут я еще, конечно, бой один выплыл.
Manfred's taken care of, just as you wanted.
Thank God. He won't let me out of his sight for a second, and he's itching to get me in the monastery so he can head back home.
What if I entered the monastery instead of you?
What? Voluntarily? You don't look like someone who'd want to spend the rest of his days on his knees praying. Well, that's your problem. You can only enter the monastery if you know how to read and write, and if you have a special writ from the abbot. That's a letter confirming they know who you are and that they've accepted you.
So you give me your writ? I'll just tell them I'm you.
Manfred has the writ. You'd have to take it from him, but he only puts it down when he sleeps.
So I'll steal it and then you can disappear.
Disappear? Bare arsed. What the hell would I do? I don't know how to work, I have no money, and that old bastard's even taken my cloak. He has me in the palm of his hand.
But there are poor people everywhere and they get by somehow.
If I have to choose between hunger and poverty on one hand and the monastic life on the other, I'm afraid the monastery wins.
Мишка, блядь, иди отсюда нахуй.
Only steal that old man's pouch. I'd be gone faster than lightning and no one would ever see me again.
Так, ладно.
That's all then.
Что-то, блядь, кот с ума сошел. Ты что ли? Нет. Подожди. Он наверх, что ли, ушел? Дядька, ты что, наверху, что ли? Или что, я не понял. В принципе, он вырывать умеет, но я немножечко это предохранюсь. Уж. Давай, что-нибудь.
Hey! Watch it!
What are you loitering here for? Get lost.
Что, блядь?
I'd like to speak to you about something.
What's on your mind?
I hear you've got a writ signed by the abbot granting entry to the monastery.
Indeed I do. What of it?
I need it.
What good would it do you? You don't want to become a monk instead of him, do you?
Yes, I do actually. But I'll need that writ to do it.
Now that's funny. I've never heard such nonsense in my life. The boy must enter the monastery, and there's no way around it.
Hand over that writ of acceptance right now, or things will get ugly.
Pardon me? I wouldn't give you that writ even if you threatened to kill me. Honor and duty won't allow it.
Help!
Успех, но не совсем. Я понял. Так, блядь, на какой я записал? Стоял 2. Вот так. Это что? Блять, это звук, когда я вот тырю у него чувствую. Он теперь будет бесить, пока я не включу его заново. Че я хоть тырю, вот у тебя кошелек. Допустим. Ой, да вообще. Отдыхай. Все, тебе никто не мешает. У тебя все хорошо в жизни получилось. На, дядька, тебе деньги.
My pleasure.
What do you want?
I've got what you need.
Excellent. Give me the purse. You can do as you like with the writ.
Here's half the purse.
Here.
Half? What about the rest?
I'm keeping it for my efforts.
Well, I can't say that seems fair to me, but what can I do? One beer for me. Cheers!
Все, погнали в монастырь. Так. Перед тем, как я пойду, мне надо кое-что глянуть. Так, все, продолжаем. Глянул запись звуками нормально. Так, все, ладно, идем в монастырь. И скажем, что мы типа это он, а он типа там. Тихо. Тормози, дядь. У меня как раз птичка пока активирована. Я сейчас с тобой поболтаю.
I'm Carl. I'm supposed to enter as a novice.
We expected you sooner. Weren't you supposed to come here with your guardian? It's been so hectic lately, people will keep turning up out of the blue.
Не знает ничего, да?
He gave me the papers and left me at the gate. He must be used to that, though. I'm not the first novice here, am I?
But that wasn't very considerate of him, was it? It's been so hectic here lately, novices arriving one after the other. The last one didn't even have a letter, and you'd think his backside was on fire, the way he kept looking over his shoulder.
You took him without the letter? You didn't find that suspicious?
My guess is he wanted to hide from someone. but he's a priest and knows how things work in the monastery. So there was nothing to prevent him from being accepted, at least temporarily. You're a different case, though. Are you able to read?
Naturally. I wouldn't be here otherwise.
So then, are you ready to enter the Order of St. Benedict and renounce forever the temptations of this world?
I am.
Then you must rid yourself of all your worldly possessions. Sell them or give them to the poor and needy or donate them to the monastery. You may not enter this place burdened by worldly goods. Inside the gatehouse is a trunk in which you will find monk's robes. Put away all your possessions and dress yourself in the habit. Then you may rest a while I go and see the prior to arrange matters for your acceptance.
Strange feeling being without all of that. I didn't realise how much I'd grown used to it.
Everything's prepared. It's time for you to take your vows.
Do I really have to wear this?
You'd better get used to it. You'll be wearing it for the rest of your life.
Brothers in Christ, we have gathered here today to welcome a new novice into our midst. Dear brother, forget your former life and embrace your new vocation in the community of the monks of St. Benedict. Opus Dei, obedientia, obprobria, the service of God, obedience, and endurance of all discomfort. These are the cornerstones and succor of our order, which on this day shall become your own. Suscipe me, Domine, secundum eloquium tuum, et vivam. Et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Suscipe me, Domine, secundum in loquium tuum vivam, et non confundas me ab expectatione mea.
Все.
Accept your new name, Brother Gregor, and wear it with honor.
Лепс. Теперь я Лепс.
Welcome, brother.
монах. Я не монах, я лепс. Где мои очки? Дайте мне очки, рясу, и я пойду проповедовать девок.
Welcome, brother. I am Antonius, a novice like you. I've been instructed to guide you around the monastery and tell you what you can expect and what your duties will be.
Thanks for helping me out during the ceremony. I had no idea what I was supposed to do.
You don't know Latin, do you? Don't worry. Work in the scriptorium will teach you fast enough. Why exactly are you here? Was it your choice? Or did someone force you to come?
It was my choice. For a common lad like me, it's the easiest way to get an education and do something worthwhile with my life.
It looks like we're both here for the same reason. I think we'll get along.
Would you tell me something about yourself?
I'm a novice and I'm here because I'd make a poor merchant. I like books and I want an education. Although I must say, so far the monastic life's been quite unexpected.
Let's go then.
Good. But before we do, here's a letter directly from the prior telling you all your regular duties from tomorrow onwards. Make sure to read it this evening so you know how things work. Right, we can go now. Follow me closely. I'll explain everything as we go. Remember one word: discipline. It's your job to work and pray. You serve the Lord now, not your own bodily needs.
Servus.
Servus.
Что сказал?
In a rush to pray?
Аллилуйя. Дай пройду.
Why such
This is the way to the dormitory, where we all sleep. You'll find a free bed there, which is now yours. Do you know the first thing the monastery taught me? To appreciate sleep. We rise before dawn every day. Takes a bit of getting used to.
Ну дай.
Then what's your stepbrother? In a rush to pray?
Come now, I don't want to still be showing you around at midnight. This is the garden, a place for silent contemplation and meditation. Centuries ago, this monastery was founded by the most esteemed of brothers, Saint Procopius. His earthly remains can be found in a cave under the monastery, and his spirit wanders the corridors at night, punishing any misbehaving novices. So beware. Here are the frattery and scriptorium, together with the library. These are the places where we work. Ora et labora. Pray and work. As a novice, you must always listen to your superior brethren. And above us monks are the prior and the circators, who punish every infraction. You'll know them by the canes they carry. Do what they say. This is the refectory, where we come together to eat. During meals, you must be silent. Only one brother reads aloud from the rule of Saint Benedict.
The rule is the only law we recognize, with the exception of those from God himself. If you break any of its precepts, expect a swift punishment. But I've already told you about the circuitors.
Нормально, чё. А если я у кого-нибудь рясу ихнюю стырю? А ну как?
The library, the pride of our monastery, a trove of learning. We don't just read books here, we also copy them. You, too, will learn how.
And that's all. Today you are still free from duty, but tomorrow you begin work like the others. If you need anything, ask any of the brothers. We'll be glad to help you. And I recommend you get to know the other novices. You already know me. Then there is Siskin, Yodok, and Lucas.
Thanks for showing me around. There's a lot to learn here. I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. It occurred to me you might be the man to ask. I'm looking for some lockpicks. Do you know anyone in the monastery who could help me?
Lockpicks? You surprise me, brother. And you, a nobleman's son. But you could ask Brother Salarius. They say he used to be a thief.
I need to make a confession.
I'm no priest, but tell me what you've done. It's probably nothing to worry about.
I'm here in the monastery looking for a thief. He had a hand in burning down the Neuhof stud.
You don't say. And who are you to take such an interest?
That's not important.
Why are you telling me this anyway? What do you want from me?
Perhaps you could help me find him?
The missing thief? If I knew anything, I'd tell you, but I suppose it must be one of the novices. I've only recently heard about the Neuhof incident, and all the other brethren have been here much longer than that.
I know. Aside from me, there are only 4 novices, but still, I don't know which one he could be.
3? Please, leave me out of it. And you're right that it could be any one of them. No one knows anything about Lukas. Siskin might be a lot of things, but a monk isn't one of them. And Yodok is a slimy worm. It wouldn't surprise me if he was behind that massacre. Actually, the more I think about it, the less I like that Yodok. He's a treacherous rat who'd do anything to get in someone's good books. The thought of Yodok at Neuhof sends chills up my spine.
Maybe you're right. It's not a pretty thought. Thanks for your help, and please don't say a word to anyone.
Don't fret, my friend. Your secrets are locked inside my lips.
Не знаю, конечно, правильно я сделал или нет, но... Надеюсь. Что это? Открыть книга. Все, здрасте. Что это? У меня вообще с собой ничего нет. Список повседневных дел. Против послушников следующий распорядок. Описывает ежедневные дела, которыми вам предстоит заниматься в первые годы пребывания в нашем монастыре. Порядок и послушание, вот краеугольные камни, на которых возведен орден святого Бенедикта, с любыми отсутствиями от его распорядка, отступлениями. Далее отмеченным восклицательным знаком последует наказание в виде пребывания в одиночной келье. Если вы ищете заступничество, трапезы и отдых могут быть заменены на усердную молитву и чтение. В 3 утра начало дня, 4 утра за утрення. Хер его знает. 6 утра совместная трапеза, 8 утра работа в трапезной, назначаемая братом Невусом. 12 дня работа в библиотеке, назначение библиотекарем. 4 дня дневная молитва, 6 вечера вечерняя общая трапеза, 7 вечера проведение свободного времени перед сном, отдых и отход ко сну. Я понял. Просыпаться мне надо в 6. Это главное. Так, ладно, мне надо поболтать с кем-нибудь еще. Где тут все? Так, это Анатолий. Вот и Йодок.
Greetings, brother. I'm Gregor,
Yes.
and I'm new here.
Greetings to you, brother. I'm Yodok, the oldest of the novices. I hope you'll like it here in the monastery and that you won't get into trouble.
Trouble?
You're young, perhaps intemperate. You might easily stray from the rules of the order. I suggest you get to know the older monks. You never know when it might come in handy.
I'm interested in the other novices. Do you know anything about Antonius?
Only that he came to the monastery voluntarily, because he didn't want to work in his father's shop. Antonius is all right. You can rely on him. He won't betray your confidence. He's always happy to help, which is more than can be said for the other brothers.
Can you tell me something about yourself?
I would if there was anything noteworthy to say. But I'm just the ordinary son of a landowner, now a monk. There's nothing in my past, present, or future that anyone could find interesting.
Why did you join the monastery?
Because it was better than living in poverty. As the youngest son, I'm not entitled to inherit my father's estate, but he was kind enough to sell off some cattle and send me here. And you know what? I'm glad to be here. It's better than mucking out manure.
I'd like to ask you something about them. Are there any...
Yes. From the moment talk began about electing a new abbot, it's been like a hornet's nest here. Strange that you haven't noticed.
Ладно.
Well, that's all. Thank you for your time,
Я
brother.
многого не узнал. Давайте с ним я, конечно. Не, ну в принципе, что, он мне помогал там, типа, хер его знает.
What's your step, brother?
Не знаю, просто.
They're shirking their responsibilities,
Не видать.
leaving us, their superiors.
Монах.
You're right.
Монах. Так.
It's a mystery, but one that'll be soon solved.
Мне надо найти остальных. Да, кстати, в порядок. Фига, можно отсюда выйти даже. Священник, все в порядок дня, все нормально. Так, ладно. Где еще-то остальные-то все? Сейчас время сколько? А, так уже вечереет. Вот, ты кто? Йодок.
God be with you.
It's a mystery, but one that will be soon solved. It's a wonder the prior doesn't check everyone's breath in the morning. Then he'd soon get his man.
Лукаш.
Pay more attention, brother.
I'm Gregor, a novice. I saw you at the ceremony.
I know. It was hard not to notice you.
And you are?
Lucas, also a novice. Don't get upset, but I don't want to talk to you. I'm happiest alone.
Will you tell me something about yourself?
There's nothing I can tell you.
I mean, where you're from, what sort of life you had before, that sort of thing.
I'm a novice, and my monastic name is Lucas. Nothing else matters.
Come on. Is there really nothing at all you can tell me?
I could, but I don't want to. I'm sorry. I want to stay focused on work and prayer, not on who I once was. I never will be again. What has been isn't important for us. We cast the past aside when we walked through the monastery gates and took our oath. Never forget that.
Что-то у меня есть странное подозрение насчет него.
I'd like to know something about the other novices.
I don't know much, but ask away.
Do you know anything about Yodok?
I don't. He doesn't like me, and he's on very friendly terms with the Circators. That's about it.
I'm telling you, someone's been creeping round the corridor at night. What am I saying, creeping?
You really don't know anything about anyone?
That must have been Brother Circator.
Well, thanks anyway.
He can't sleep and prays
Don't get upset. I'm sorry I can't tell you more. I just haven't felt like getting to know anyone yet.
I'd like to know something about the other novices.
I don't know much.
Tell me about...
I'd like to, but there's nothing to tell. I've never spoken to him.
If you could, who would you vote for to be the...
But I can't vote, so what's the point of worry? Ask Antonius. He often talks about it, and I'm sure he has an opinion.
Анатолий вот этот вот, он, мне кажется, нет, он вряд ли может. Встань. Я зашел посмотреть.
Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working somewhere? Idle hands are the devil's workshop.
I pulled those idlers by the ears.
What have they done to you this time,
I was feeling a bit queasy.
Really?
Leaving us, their superiors, to chase
This
around
time
our
I'll
own,
look the other way.
judging what they
But
do.
next time you won't get out of being punished.
I'm Gregor and I'm new here.
I've had enough of it.
I know. I saw you in the church during ceremony. I have the feeling we'll be meeting again soon, and often. You see, I'm the circator.
What does that mean?
I make sure everyone observes the rule, does their work, and that everything's the way it should be.
When it's not the way it should be?
Then we're authorized to mete out punishment. But certainly you won't require correction, will you, brother?
I'd like to ask you something about the monastery. What can you tell me about the novices here?
What can I say? You're here to demonstrate your devotion to God and to live a monastic life. After a year, you can make your vows and become a fully fledged brother.
I meant something specific about the brothers that are here.
But you know them yourself. Yorick is an odd one, but he's diligent and eager.
I've read one of the
Perhaps too
manuscripts
eager.
copied by one of the novices.
Siskin is good company, but a bit too worldly for a monk. Antonius is hardworking and will help with anything, but prays less than he ought. Lucas is as quiet as a mouse, and no one knows much about him. And then we have you, about who I know nothing.
Can you...
Where would you go? You have everything you need here. Anyway, all the doors here are closed and...
Так, ты у нас кто? Мне еще с Ижем надо поговорить. Лукаш.
Will you tell me something?
I
mean, where you're from.
I'm a novice.
Вот пока у меня на него подозрение есть. Ну, типа он какой-то... А, нет, Йодок. Какой-то он, типа, не знаю, странный. Вот и Чиша.
Someone's been creeping around in the...
My name's Gregor, a novice.
You can call me Siskin. Now, are you here of your own free will, or is this a punishment? Although, it's not important. Welcome to Purgatory.
Did you say purgatory?
You'll see soon enough. Soon enough.
I'd be interested to hear what you think about the... Tell me about Antonius.
Oh, if there was a monk I'd recommend as a friend, with, of course, the exception of myself, it would be Antonius. He has a calm soul.
I'm interested in Yodok.
What could interest you about him? He's a no-good rat.
What have they done?
He'll turn you in for the price of a turn. I'd bet my life that if he wasn't here, he'd be a cumin scout, bowing and scraping for a few groschen.
Did you have to finish someone's eating in the garden again?
It wasn't meant to. No matter what you do here, watch out for him. He's got his eye on everyone, and he'll rat on you for even the slightest of infractions.
What can you tell me about Lucas?
It's a tricky situation with Lucas. No one really knows anything about him. I've tried so many times to talk to him, but he always backs away like a virgin on a
Все
wedding
говорят
night.
на Йодока. И Лукаш себя ведет.
That's all. Thanks. Will you tell me something about yourself?
Look, nothing against you, but I prefer not to talk about my past.
Are you hiding something? Why are you so reluctant to tell me anything about yourself?
I'm hiding a lousy past that I'd rather forget. I hate to think of all I lost when they stuck me in here. And also because I really hate the question, aren't you the son of the famed Sir Smil Flashka Pardubitz? I was rich and I had everything. But then my father began to feel his time approaching, so he decided to send a son to the monastery. And, being the youngest, a lot fell on me. I've no head for managing the estate, and they said I'd squander it. Can you imagine? Me, in a monastery. So I took what coin I could from home with me, so I didn't lose out completely.
They must have realized you robbed them.
I donated some of the silver to the monastery when I came in, just to piss them off. I can just see my brothers, my siblings, arguing with the abbot to give it back.
And you stashed away the remainder?
Indeed so.
Today's food.
What's your plan with this treasure?
To get out of here as soon as I can. I'll wait another year or two until my hot-headed brothers cool off a bit. Then I'll take the silver and run off somewhere, far, far away from here.
And the wine. Those were the days.
That's all I wanted to know.
Please, keep it to yourself. Especially the part about the coin.
I'm still curious about this treasure trove of yours.
It's no big, terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. At other times, I don't get to read what I like. And I keep it under the slab so the others don't find it.
Actually, I don't care. God save.
Так, и чё мне там по заданиям? Все. Объясняю, то есть, то, что бесит того человека, который мне нужно найти и убить правительство Сазарского монастыря. Я ничего не знаю о нем, кроме того, что он один из послушников. Так, помоги ли... это я понял. Иди спать. Иду спать. А спать это где? Так, блять. Сука, поставь задание. Какого хуя, сука, вылез? Иди отсюда. Так, Б. Спать сюда. Спать не сюда. Бля, он меня наебывает. Подожди. Вот. Ну, идем поспать. Нет, подожди. Я все забыл. Я потерял все. Стой. Вот. Я ни хера не вижу.
Slow down, brother.
Вот в чем прикол. Так, ладно, спать так спать. Давай спать. Сесть. Все. До 6. Нет, тихо. Подожди. Не, все нормально. Да, я... Я просто я сейчас 9 часов буду спать. Спим. До 6. Ну, просто зачем они сделали, что последний час так медленно идет? Вообще не понимаю. Какая-то странная фигня. Я не нарушаю распределение.
Brother, where were you during Mass? Don't tell me you didn't know that Holy Mass is the foundation on which your life here is built.
I had other affairs that needed to be attended to immediately. It will never happen again.
Brother, I wasn't born yesterday. This is your first warning. Don't do it again.
Во сколько он это читать. Нихуя. Это я. Пацаны. Я. Лепс. Можно я сяду? Сесть хочу.
For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and murmurs, not necessarily with his lips, but simply in his heart, then even though he fulfills the command, yet his work will not be acceptable to God, who sees that his heart is murmuring. And far from gaining a reward for such work as this, he will incur the punishment due to murmurers, unless he amends and makes satisfaction. The rule of Saint Benedict, readings on the spirit of silence. Let us do what the prophet says. I said, I will guard my way, that I may not sin with my tongue. I have set a guard to my mouth. I was mute and was humbled and kept silence even from good things.
Нихуя себе.
You've got a strong constitution. Anyone else would have certainly died.
What happened?
Let me tell you a little story. Once upon a time, there was a young boy. He was lost and miserable. He had no future. He was tempted by his friends into doing some foolish things, but he wasn't truly bad, because when it came down to it, he ran away rather than keep doing foolish deeds. His former friends didn't take kindly to that, though, and wanted to punish him. So they sent a hunting dog to find him and rip his throat. The boy wasn't stupid, though, and he knew that the hound was coming. He poisoned some food, and when the hound showed up, he gave it to him. He didn't expect the beast to live, but it did. And all of a sudden, the boy was sorry for what he tried to do. So he offered to make a bargain with the hound.
I think I understand you. But the beast would need to know what deal he's being offered.
You know, we're both pawns in someone else's game. They have plans for us, but we don't have to let them use us. We can just forget all about it and go our own way. I was a bandit, and I was at Nyhoff. I've robbed and stolen, but I swear to God I've never in my life slain innocent people. What I saw at Nyhoff made me realize my life was worth shit, but I still had a chance to change for the better. Here in the monastery I've had plenty of time to think things over, but then you showed up and fucked it all up.
So the evildoer changes his ways and finds God. What exactly are you proposing?
Both of us can leave this place. You can go back to your people, and I can go somewhere where I can live out my life in peace, and no one will try to kill me. If we work together, we can both get what we want.
What if I wanted a different option?
You could kill another novice, I suppose. If news of the murder got out from the monastery, my former friends might believe I'm dead. But I'm offering you a solution that doesn't require any killing. Before we make a run for it, we'll make it look like someone's killed me. Loads of blood, a tattered scrap of my habit, and footprints leading towards the river. No one will bother looking for my body there. There we'll split up. You go for your bounty, and I'll get as far away from here as I can.
Good. Let's do it your way.
Good. I'm glad that despite our initial discord, we could reach an agreement. Here, take something to calm your stomach. Now we'll need the keys to the monastery and some blood to make the tracks.
And where am I supposed to get my hands on blood in a monastery?
You'll find a parchment in the kitchen with a list of ingredients on it, all the things they're ordering. Add blood for making soup to the list, and when it's delivered the next day, take it before anyone notices it's even come.
What are you going to do?
I need to get ready for a long journey. Prepare supplies, get some normal clothing somehow. That sort of thing. You can escape in that habit, but I need to vanish as fast as I can.
What do I need the keys to the monastery for?
How else will we get out? This place is practically a prison.
Getting the keys won't be easy.
I know, but Brother Solarius is a reformed thief. I'll bet he still has a few lockpicks lying about. If you know, or there's the hard way. Steal the keys from the prior.
They both sound hard to me. But... Alright, that's everything.
Excellent. Come and see me once you have everything. And Gregor, thank you.
That would sound more sincere if you hadn't just tried to kill me.
That's why I'm thanking you. For being so reasonable despite what I did. For what it's worth, I'm glad the poison didn't kill you. And we can both come through this alive if we work together.
Ты же знаешь, что оно тебя не спасет вообще. Ну ты, конечно, из-за школа, блядь. Ну ты из-за школа, конечно. Так. Нихуя не нарушает вещи. Меня отравили, блядь. Сколько сейчас времени? Мне надо на кухню. Подожди, блядь. Поешь вместе со всеми. Поел, блядь. Вкусно очень. Очень вкусно.
Verbal admonition the first and second time. But bold, hard, proud and disobedient characters he should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and other bodily punishments. Knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again, beat your son with the rod, and you will deliver his soul from death. The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the abbot. Therefore, when anyone receives the name of abbot, he ought to govern his disciples with a twofold teaching.
Так, подожди, иголку стоящий, набил другого послужника, сдобывший кровь, сдобыв ключи или отмычки. Анатолий, Чиж, Лукаш. Я так... Опять с кем Чиж-то? Или Лукаш?
The abbot should always remember what he is and what he is called, and should know that to whom more is committed,
I'd like to ask you...
more is required. Let him make no distinction of persons in the monastery. Let him not love one more than another, unless it be one.
Will you tell me,
guy?
I mean, wait,
And let him not shut his eyes.
You see, I'm looking for someone.
You're looking for someone?
But I am a novice. At least until I find the man I'm looking for.
Why would you be looking amongst monks? You know, the laws of man aren't valid here.
I'm looking for a footpad who's hiding out here in the monastery. He had a hand in raising the Neuhoff farm. He's taken many lives.
I heard something about that, but...
Because you could help me. It has to be one of the other...
That can't be. Have you told the prior? What are you going to do to this man once you find him?
The fool is not corrected with words. And again,
I don't know yet.
It won't be easy to drag this criminal away from the protection of the cloister.
Do you have any idea which of the novices could be the...
I don't know, and I don't care to know. I wish you'd never told...
This is the virtue of those who hold nothing dearer to them than Christ, who, because of the holy service they have...
What troubles you?
And the fear of hell, and the glory of life everlasting, as soon as anything has been ordered by the superior, receive it as a divine command, and cannot suffer any delay.
How is it that you don't get any penance for missing morning prayers?
I've paid off the circators to turn a blind eye. And the other monks don't notice as long as you show your face there from time to time. No one's too awake at that time of the morning.
Grumbling or objection. For the obedience given to superiors is given to God. For if the disciple obeys with an ill will and murmurs, not necessarily...
I'm still curious. It's no big terrible secret. Really, it isn't. I just go and read during services. There's no time otherwise. I mean, at other times I don't get to read what I like. and I keep it under the slab so the others don't fall.
He will incur the punishment due to murmurers.
What kind of a book is it?
And make satisfaction.
I found it here in the library.
The rule of
It was on a
Saint
shelf where it should never have been.
Readings on the app.
So I hid it to read
Therefore,
later.
when anyone
It's the
receives
Necronomicon.
habit,
Ghosts, demons, and invocations of powers beyond our world.
that is to say,
Only it's written in a strange language that I can't really make sense of. All bara this and bara that. Who knows what it means? I tried to count the syllables, read the words backwards, but nothing. I'm not getting anywhere with it.
Oh, I'm not too sure what the prior or the cicada would say about a book like that. Actually, what anyone would say. It sounds quite prohibited.
Prejudice. But you're right, it is prohibited. For no good reason, though. Has knowledge ever...
unless it be one whom he finds better in
If it wasn't harmful, it wouldn't be forbidden.
That's a rather limited view of the world. Some write about the saints, others about demons. And an educated person should know both. Pity I can't understand a word it says. And I've been trying... Just please don't tell anyone about the book. If the brothers learn that I took it from the library and hid it, I'll be in a lot of trouble. Our brothers' minds are closed to a thirst for knowledge.
proud and disobedient characters. He should curb
I'll leave
the
you
very
be.
beginning of the
Don't worry,
by
I won't follow
striking
you.
Thank you.
of the body.
And please, grab...
Knowing that it is written, the fool is not corrected with words. And again, beat your
I'd like to ask you...
rod, and you will
Сука,
deliver
где
the
мне, блядь,
strength
отмычку
back.
взять?
Well, that's all.
The rule of Saint Benedict. Readings on the abbot. Therefore, when anyone receives the name of abbot,
Praise be to Christ.
he ought to govern his disciples with a twofold teaching. That is to say, he should show them all
Listen,
that is
there's something I ought to tell you.
by his deeds even
There's a
more
danger...
Ha! I knew it! Who are you? Oh, it's better not to ask, isn't it?
Never mind that. Who's a villain?
That's Siskin. I always thought he was an odd one, the way he carries on. But now it makes perfect sense. He's a criminal fleeing...
What are you talking about? You clearly know something I don't.
I'm telling you, keep your eye on him. He's no monk. That's what my gut tells me. What are you going to do to that fellow once you find...
I don't know yet.
You should talk to the Circatas or the prior about it.
not shut his eyes to the faults of offenders, but since he has the authority, let him cut out those faults by the roots as soon as they begin to appear.
Slow down,
Saint
brother.
Heli, the priest of silence, the well-disposed and those of good understanding.
Talk to me, brother.
Let him correct with verbal admonition the first and second time.
Сука.
Bold, hard, proud, and disobedient characters. He should curb at the very beginning of their ill-doing by stripes and other body.
Конечно, я закон нарушаю, блядь. Так, что там? Куда идти-то? Так, подожди. Ну вот. Так, безначная. 12 дня работа в библиотеке. Двузначная плата. 12 дня. Типа я могу выйти отсюда? Как так-то, блядь? Че у меня здесь до 12 дня есть? Что, хуели, что ли? В монастыре поешь вместе со всеми. Да я поел, заебал. Месть. Так. Мне 12 ключей от двери, или, по крайней мере, отмычки. Отмычки есть у брата Келлера. Килая. Так, это не тот, блядь, я искал нахуй пойми у кого. Монах. О, уставщик, монах. Монахи, везде одни монахи, блядь. Че, нельзя еще выходить? Блять, а Килай-то где? Палево хавать, короче. Я понял.
I'm Gregor, a novice.
I know. I saw you at the ceremony. My name is Nebulus, and I'm the provost here. I'm in charge of the monastery's property, as well as handling trade with the outside world.
That means you get to leave the monastery?
No, not at all. I just write lists and send them out.
In a rush to pray?
I'm here to work.
Excellent. I've been waiting for you. There's the alchemist's laboratory. You'll find ingredients in the chests next to it. Today it's your task to concoct 2 potions to aid digestion. Once you finish them, you'll find me somewhere nearby. Don't forget to let me know when you're done so I can check them. Talk to me, brother.
These novices, I'd pull those idlers by the ears.
What have they done to you this time?
They're shirking their responsibilities, leaving us, their superiors, to chase around after them, finishing what they do.
Чё здесь одни монахи? Так, это что такое? Покрасить не надо. Так, мне надо сделать что-то, да? Сундук рядом, открыть. Здесь все. Ну давай сделаем. Нет-то. Так, тяжести в животе. Петушок. Пусть тот, у кого слипаются веки, его... я понял. Петушок, блядь. Спасительный шнапс. Отвар из календулы. Это, понял. Колыбельная, бычья кровь, пьют исходе, сюда, успех. Подожди, мне первый, что ли, надо? Сам. Тяжести в голове. 2 штуки, 2 ромашки, 1 мята. Спиритус. Спиритус. Так. Что там пишут там? Коли ты облажался, как свинья за столом, брюхо себе... Так, я понял. Тебе понадобится спиртное. Горсть мяты и 2 горсти ромашки. Измельчите ромашку, положите все ингредиенты в котелок и подогрейте в течение 1 оборота, не доводя до кипения. Так. Тарелка ступа. Ступа мне надо пестик. Подожди, мне приготовить. Мята, ромашка, ступа, пестик. Сука, ромашка. Ладно, спиртное. Раз. 2. Блядь. Подожди. Я забыл, как это делать. Мехи, да?
Praise be to Christ, brother.
I've finished my work.
Show me what you've made. Spectacular, Gregor. You've found your talent. Soon enough, you'll be teaching the other novices.
Все? Вроде все. Так, блядь, мне надо найти... своими съедок, он думает, что чьи же. Я писал к расписку, стал дождаться, когда я привезу. Киллай. Врать Киллай. Киллай, сука, Киллай нет. Киллая нет. Честно, они, понимаешь, что здесь как бы, да? Я так понял, мне не надо попадаться на глаза вот этих вот, которые там ходят, блядь. Вот этих вот, Все обман, все обман. Где?
This looks like the dregs after a night's drinking. Who could be coming here?
Я вижу выход. Эта дверь даже без петель, блядь. В кости кто-то играет. Были бы у меня отмычки. Так, что здесь можно открыть? Форель. Давай. Прикольно будет. Мыться можно. Слушай, здесь кто-то что-то делает. Ладно, туда я не Попадаю. Блин, мне надо у кого-то. Ай. Мы тут будем богатыми людьми. Надо найти, где здесь главный у них. И у него ключи забрать. Все заперто.
Salve. Be well.
Так мне что здесь делать? Я вот не понимаю. Объясните. Повязка. Страница из книги. Что пишут? Страница из книги. Неплохо. Ай, бля. Почему красть, блядь? Почему я не могу это читать? Братки лай. Ты кто такой? Ой, это уставщик, кстати. Монах, монах. А, послушник. А чё они здесь все? Я тут. Ну, типа, мне там надо быть, а не тут все. Монах, Анатолий. Монах, монах. Сука, какого хуя? Я не понимаю. Пойдем наверх, сходим к нашим туда, где мы спим. Может, там все остальные спят. Здесь же я ничего не найду. Что-то ношусь по комнатам. Дикий. Мне кажется, меня отсюда просто выгонят. Сохранять мы пока не будем. Надо сейчас дойти до туда. Вскрыть замки, замки вскрыть. Страницы из книги. Что так много страниц из книг? Он тут неплохо так засел. Дядька тут какой-то ходит. Нет, мне очень нравится. Ой, легко, нелегко. Ко, пошел отсюда. Братша, кило, о.
What do you desire, Brother Gregor?
I'm looking for something a little, unorthodox.
And what would that be exactly?
I'm looking for lockpicks.
Lockpicks? And what would you like those for?
I'd like to practice opening locks, just for the fun of it.
Well, why not? So you heard I used to be a burglar, did you? I put it all behind me as soon as I took the vows. But I do have a few lockpicks left. I'll trade them for food. Get me a bite to eat, and you can have your lockpicks. Can't say fairer than that, can I?
Так. На те две рыбы. А мне одну отмычку. Ну я хотя бы теперь знаю, где он находится, этот брат. Подожди, кстати.
Praise be to Christ, brother.
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a book.
I've no idea. Why don't you ask Brother Librarian?
Засейвимся, что ли? И вообще у меня есть одна идейка.
What's your step, brother?
Монах, я тебя понял, что ты монах, что ты
Pay more attention, brother.
туда-сюда. Где этот Килай? Все засейвлены. Я просто выну эту отмычку. В принципе, мне как раз библиотеку сейчас надо топить. Пойдем. Как мне к нему попасть? Я не помню. Подожди. Издеваетесь, что ли, надо мной? Как мне туда попасть? Лё.
Talk to me, brother.
I found this piece of parchment. It looks like it's been ripped out of a book. Do you know what it is?
It appears to be a page torn out of Ovid.
Ovid? What is that? Is it the name of a book?
Not what, but who? Ovid was a great Roman poet. We have a few volumes by him in the library, but one of them vanished one day. Now I believe I can guess what happened. Brother Eustace, may the earth rest lightly on him, was quite narrow-minded when it came to classical literature. If a book had any mention of woman at all, he condemned it as a heretical work. If he'd had his way, all such books would have been burned. Ovid's The Art of Love must have been such a thorn in his side that he stole it from the library, tore it up, and hid the pages wherever he could.
Oh, would you like me to put the book back together again?
Absolutely. Eustace's wits weren't the sharpest, so I'm sure he didn't destroy any of the pages. I imagine he hid them throughout the monastery. It might take you a while to find them all, but when you do, you can rest assured Ovid will return to his rightful place in the library.
Good. I'll look around.
Thank you, brother. It's of no great importance, but if you can find all 10 pages, I'll be most grateful.
I'm here to work.
Good. This is most likely the first time you've ever done this in your life. But it's easier than you think. Just a bit of practice and learning Latin. Here's the original, and here are the blank parchments on which you'll copy what you read in the original. Is that clear?
Что-то булли уже какой-то начался. Так. Il Poskam... Так, это где мне читать? Справа что пишется? Ух ты, блядь. Стул сломал. Извиняюсь. Так. Эль... Тофи... Ну вот это вот заглавное, это Эль, я как понял, да? Типа Эль. Там вообще что-то на R похоже. Или на Т. Уф. Истин. Колюман я вижу. Колюминат. Нат. Там где Т. Колюмант. Колюмант. Вот это вот. Так. Факетроди. Возможно. Факетроди, да. Акта. Дебат. Лат. Там лат, там не Б. CD. Лат. CT. CD. CT, наверное. Кос. Кос. CD. Лас. Кос. Изи.
I can hardly believe
там
it.
ошибок, алло.
Good
Ах ты мудак.
gracious, so many mistakes.
Я все правильно сделал. Хули ты уебываешься? Да, у меня тут... Ладно, я как-нибудь потом межсерию сделаю.
Don't even look at that cabinet. It contains forbidden books.
Я понял. Страницы из книги. Спасибо. Так, 4 штуки. Мне еще 6 надо. Да как так можно? В смысле? Он говорит, что там ошибки хорошие, блядь. Я все правильно сделал. Так, мне надо что? Мне надо найти все-таки того челика. Либо стырить у него, либо поменяться с ним. Что-то наподобие. Ты меня не видишь. Кто ты? Ах ты мать твою, а! Отстань, я все сделал.
Brother, what are you doing here? Shouldn't you be working?
I definitely was there. I did come a little late, so perhaps no one noticed me.
Really? This time I'll look the other way.
I'd like to ask...
Извините. Я не знал. Так, тут у нас что? Парам-па-парам-па-пам-пам. Невелос. Так, ну подожди, ну этот гад там мотается. Туда мне надо. Сейчас я уже даже могу поменять все. Мне его найти. Блин, я его даже найти не могу. Давай съебанемся еще. Разулю. Блин, довольно какая-то такая она запутанная миссия. Тут, блядь. Ну, кровь-то я уже как бы сделал, да, мне надо найти, то есть, ну, дождаться только утра, прийти туда и забрать это все. Отмычку, ну вот отмычку сейчас вот надо найти этого дядьку. На отмычке у меня, в принципе, деньги-то есть. И все остальное. Что-то я его найти не могу. В принципе, вообще я вот что думаю, наверное, надо заканчивать, а то и так уже довольно долго все пришло. Тогда я пока сейчас побегаю, еще здесь поищу все остальное, что туда-сюда, да, и типа, ну, если что, я просто тогда, если что-то интересное будет происходить, я тогда включу просто, да, ну, как бы просто, как бы оно пройдет и все. Ну, а на этом, я думаю, можно закончить. Я сейчас уже не поймал. Тогда продолжу в следующей серии, надо будет выбираться, думать, что с этим делать. Ну, его надо как-то, типа, так-то я ему сказал, что я как бы не буду, да, с ним ничего делать. Но я надеюсь, что будет возможность его отдать пану вот, кобыле этой. Потому что, ну, он все-таки нас так попросил сделать, поэтому, наверное, это будет лучшим вариантом. Ну, посмотрим, в общем, что из этого получится. Всем спасибо за просмотр, всем удачи, всем пока.
And here's where you dragged my lifeless body.
Slow down. Why such haste? Slow down, brother. Thank you for helping me out. Now we must each go our own way.
Well, I can't just let you leave. You're a criminal.
What are you on about? Did you really help me escape just to portray me?
I'm truly sorry, but you were there at the Neuhoff massacre, and you're a valuable witness. I'm taking you to the bailiff.
Gregor, you can't be serious. I thought I won't be taken anywhere. I'd rather die than lose my freedom.
Bocha jechał. Bugger!
Now. What's the matter? Come on! Oh! Cunt!
This is one of the men who raised Neuhoff. He should be able to tell you something useful. But I need to ask a favour. I need you to keep him out of sight so his accomplices don't know he's been caught.
Fine work, and I'll do as you say. I'll find a deep, dark hiding place where no one will hear me interrogate him. And while we're at it, I'll have your things brought here. Wait here a while.
Sir Hanush sent for me. No doubt he wants to give me another ear-bashing about the error of my ways. And he said to bring you too.
Oh, Sakra. Sound good?
Indeed. I wonder what he wants to lecture me about this time. And you, because you're going with me.
All right, we should get going then, shouldn't we, Sir Hans? The sooner we get it over and done with, the better.
I suppose so. Right away. I put some of my old clothes in a trunk for you. I don't want you making me look bad in front of Hanush. And I see I did the right thing. Jesus, Henry, if you're going to be my companion, you have to look the part.
I wouldn't beg, good neighbours, but I'm reduced to this. I'm from Skalitz and...
Thanks, Sir Hans. I'll go and get changed now. So, should we go then?
Let's go. And by the way, what on earth have you got on? Good God Almighty. You look even worse than before. Damn it. There's no time to change now. Let's go.
Well, my ward and his, what shall we say, chaperone?
Uncle.
My lord?
I hope we haven't dragged you away from anything too important.
Not at all, Uncle. We
like
were just...
boozing and whoring, for instance.
Uncle, I can...
Perhaps you were busy, causing mayhem in the middle of the night and beating up my subjects.
No, it wasn't... Henry and I were
Henry's as big a fool as you are. But he's not my ward, thank Christ. What the hell do the pair of you think you're doing? There are people in this fiefdom who work from dawn to dusk to put food on their tables, and on yours, may I remind you. And then they look at you, Hans, their lord and master, and see a drunken layabout. That fellow you beat up last night was a guard, a new guard on the town watch. And he couldn't report for duty this morning because of his injuries. I had the bailiff here complaining, and could I tell him what I really think about this whole sorry affair? Of course not. That would demean me. And you too. So I had to sit gaping like a stuffed owl and listen to his grievances. Maybe you think because you're the lord here you can get away with anything. But you're sadly mistaken, you blockhead. A lord remains a lord only as long as he commands the loyalty of his subjects. And I'm sure I don't have to tell you the folk here are not exactly enchanted at the prospect of having you in charge. That was the last straw, Capon. One more of your escapades and I'll send you to your mother in Polnar. For all I care, she can dress you up like a wench and marry you off to some Hungarian.
Uncle, that arson Archibald tried to murder me. What was I to do?
Oh, don't exaggerate. Well, I'm hardly surprised after you molested his girl and humiliated him.
I was only...
Oh, don't whine, for heaven's sake. It's about time you started taking some responsibility. I have a job for you. Maybe that will keep you out of mischief. Sir Milota of Oleshna has turned up here. Do you know him?
Isn't he Sir Bernard's cousin?
He is. He came here with the remnants of his retinue to seek refuge. He's seriously wounded.
What happened to him, sir?
His fortress Oleshna was attacked by one Wulfrin of Camburg. Milota pursued him almost as far as Neuhof and engaged with him. Unfortunately, the skirmish didn't end well for Milota.
Wulfrin of Camburg? That name is familiar.
Yeah, he's kin to the Oleshna lords, too. A cousin of Bernard's and Milota's. Their family affairs are a little complicated. None of my business, of course. I just wish they'd found somewhere else to thrash out their differences.
What do you want us to do, sir?
Go and see Bernard in the courtyard. He got a report that Wulfrin pillaged some other farms around Neuhof, and he's putting a squad together to ride against him. Mind your step, though. It's a family affair. After all, maybe more to it than meets the eye. The important thing is to get that damn scavenger out of the domain. If possible, without bloodshed. I can't afford to lose any men over this business. Have I made myself clear?
Yes, sir.
Very well, Uncle.
Get to work, then.
What is it? Welcome, Henry.
pretty fast. No wonder he chased that horse on half across the county.
Sir Hanish sent me, Captain. I'm to join your mission. And Sir Hans, too.
Then mount up, youngster, and we'll move out. Lord Capon, when we get there, I'd like you to hold back.
You can forget about that, Bernard. I'm not going on an outing. Hanish sent me to handle this matter, and handle it I will.
Undoubtedly, Sir Hans. I just meant for your own sake.
I know what you meant, Captain. Forget it.
Very well, Your Grace.
Listen, Bernard. About this robber. I heard some rumors.
About his being a relative of mine, Dolores?
Something like that.
We have the same great-grandfather, Irvin, Baron of Oleshna. Wolfen belongs to a distant branch of my family, which, well, let's just say they bring no honor to our name.
But I heard Wolfen Hamburg was hanged somewhere in Silesia after plundering the bishop's estate.
I heard the same. Only, well, I'm sure you've heard what they say about the Hamburg branch of my family.
That they're cursed. Now, Bernard, don't you think I'm a little old for fairy tales?
What you like? I heard it from my grandfather, and he never paid attention to old wives' tales.
I meant no offence, Captain. Well, tell me all about it then. After all, there's no smoke without fire, and I never heard about the Hamburg branch of the Methodist family.
Very well. Home, we always spoke in whispers about our Hamburg relatives. And Wolfen's father, Wilhelm, came to visit. I'm almost ashamed to say it.
You can rely on my discretion, Captain. Carry on.
Well, the servants were so afraid of him that they went and hid and run. Father had them whipped. Even then, they wouldn't go near Wilhelm. They were afraid he cursed them. I couldn't blame them.
Why's that?
Wilhelm's face was so badly disfigured, folk would cross themselves when they saw him. I was afraid of him myself as a boy.
Was he wounded in war?
No. He was born that way. See, his mother, Countess Barbara of Hogwitz, didn't want to marry Wilhelm's father, my grandfather's brother. She never wanted to bear his children. So, she fell pregnant. They said she went to a witch to get rid of the child. Only she ended up having quintuplets. Can you imagine it? 5 babes born in one night?
Jesus Christ!
That's not all. 4 of them didn't live till dawn. Only the 5th survived. Wilhelm, which cheated her. Instead of getting rid of the child, put the devil's seed inside her.
Good Lord, dreadful.
Well, Wilhelm carried that with him his whole life. His own wife was in childbed. He had 7 fires wriggling in his chamber day and night. It didn't stop the rumors. When his son, Wolfen, was born, he looked normal enough. He turned out to be as wild as a stray punk.
It seems he hasn't grown out of it.
You're right about that. A few years ago, Wolfen went off to Poland. Wilhelm got worse and worse. He cursed everything, everyone in his past, started throwing crockery at the servants. On his death, he sent him to the priest, not just to give him the last rites, because they were afraid the devil would come out of him and possess someone else. Then later, Wolfen turned up, even though he was supposed to be dead for years. Both said he was. That wouldn't stop the devil's spawn.
Sweet Jesus. It sounds a lot more convincing coming from you than the stories my nurse used to tell me. How are we supposed to deal with a monster like that?
Pray. Pray. Whoa! Slow down. Vitus and Cyril. I sent them a scout ahead.
That will pay for this.
They most certainly will. Let's go. We have to make camp. Hamlin, take 2 men and come back here later. I won't have Vitus and Cyril left as crowmen.
Yes, Captain.
God be with you.
What do we do now?
First, we have to find out where those Horsons are holed up. According to the reports, they raided a few farms around here. So someone should go to those places and find out what they can. You should do it, Henry. My men would probably just startle them.
All right, Captain. I'll do that. Where are the farms?
One is uphill from Neuhoff, right by the woods. One here above the woods by the crossroads, directly north from our camp.
Tell me, Captain, how come this Wolflin is attacking his own kin?
They say blood's thicker than water, but sometimes I wonder. Look at our king and Sigismund.
So what's the cause of your conflict with Wolflin?
Nothing in particular, just that he's a ruffian, a treacherous bastard, and a bandit. No wonder the whole Camber clan is cursed.
How do you mean cursed?
Like I said, Wolfin's grandfather married Countess Barbara of Hogwitz. She didn't want to bear his child and went to a witch to get rid of it. Only instead of getting rid of the unborn child, she ended up having 5.
What, all at the same time?
All in one night. But only one of them lived till morning. The youngest, Wilhelm. And his face was disfigured. They say the witch deceived the Countess, and it was Satan himself who impregnated her.
And you believe that story?
Depends how you look at it. Wilhelm wasn't a bad man while he was in his right mind, but he was terrifying to look at. I still get shivers down my spine when I think of him. As for Wolfen, word came that he died in Silesia. Then, one day, he appeared from nowhere. There are folk who say death has no power over him.
Hey, watch it! Folk these days. Welcome! Good!
Good day to you.
Captain Bernard sent me. I'm here about the raid on your farm.
What? I've no idea what you're talking about, friend.
They raided your farm, didn't they?
No. I heard there was some raids hereabouts, but not here.
Something's not right. The captain sent me here to this very farm.
The captain must have made a mistake.
I suppose so. Captain Bernard sent me. It's about that attack.
Well, they came, took everything they could, and rode off again. I don't know what else I can tell you.
We're trying to catch up with that gang, so I need to hear every detail you can tell me.
What do you want to know?
How many of them were there?
2 or 3. I'm not sure. My head's still in a spin.
Which way did they go?
I don't know. I wasn't watching. My husband made me hide indoors, and I only saw them through the window.
So your husband was outside?
Yes, he tried to parley with them.
What did they take?
Not much. We haven't a pot to piss in, which I told them in no uncertain terms as soon as they came here.
So you're telling me they came here, you told them there was nothing worth taking, and they just rode off again, without further ado?
More or less.
But just a while ago, you told me you were indoors the whole time.
Yes, I was. Mostly.
So, were you inside or outside? Did you talk to them or not?
Well, like I say, it was confusing. I don't remember much.
Look here, I'm not sure what happened here, but I can't shake the feeling you're holding something back.
No! It's just... it all happened so quickly. I'm still bewildered from it all.
I'm the one who's bewildered. Let me make one thing clear. Those bandits are led by Sir Wolfling, Baron of Camberg, and he's not just some common outlaw. If we don't catch him, there'll be hell to pay. So you better speak up, no matter what happened here.
Lord Jesus. Why must we be persecuted so?
So, what really happened here?
First, promise me you'll get rid of them.
That's exactly what I'm here for.
They came a few days ago, took a pig and a sack of apples. We put up no resistance. I noticed one of them had an injured leg, so I offered to treat it for him.
That was very Christian of you, considering they came to rob you.
All I cared about was that they wouldn't kill us.
Go on. What happened then?
They rode off, and I prayed we'd seen the last of them. Only the same evening, they came back again. One of them had been wounded, and they wanted me to take a look at him. They gave me some coin and took me to their camp. And in the morning I came home again.
So you know where they're camped? I'd like you to lead me there.
I won't go to their camp, no. But I know of a place where you'll have a good view of it.
That'll do me.
I'm not going any further. If they saw me, I'd be done for. The camp's not far away in this direction.
Thanks. And don't worry, I'll deal with those bastards.
I pray you do.
Looks like I found it. I better get back and report to Captain Bernard. I found that encampment.
Ah, I'm glad to hear it. Is it far?
Not really.
How many men did you see?
Around 10.
Same as us. Well, now we'll see if my cousin is really as tough as they say. Otherwise, he'll be swinging tonight from the Rattay ramparts.
Wouldn't it be better to parley with them, sir?
Parley with robbers? You must be out of your mind, lad.
Sir Hanush ordered me to avoid unnecessary casualties.
What are you trying to say?
I could go and parley with Wolfred. Even if it comes to nothing, I could have a good look at his encampment.
Bit of spying could well be of use, all right. Wolfman's a conceited bastard. If he knows you come from me, he'll receive you just for a chance to tell me to go to hell. I'll give you a livery with my coat of arms, so it's clear you're my messenger. And you'll have to go unarmed.
Thank you, Captain. I'll do my best.
I hope so. Try and come back in one piece. I don't want to explain to Sir Radzig why I sent his favorite into a robber baron's camp unarmed.
Hey, you! What do you want?
I'm Captain Bernard's envoy. I'm here to parley.
Why should I trust you?
I'm unarmed. What harm can I do?
That's true, and you are wearing Sir Bernard's colours. I suppose I should take you to Sir Wolflin, but if you try any tricks, you'll regret it. Understood?
You have my word.
Now it's your turn. What did you do before?
Well, I made candles for a monastery.
Almost sober again.
What? You hear that, lads? You make candles so the monks can shove them up their arses.
Who do we have here? What's your name, boy?
Henry. I'm a messenger from...
I know. From my beloved cousin, Sir Bernard of Aleshna. So, what exactly is your message?
Why do you want to hurt the lords of Aleshna?
That bastard Malota stole villages that belonged to my father. I was in Poland when my father died, and Malota convinced everyone I was dead too.
But you came back though, didn't you?
Aye, I came back. But Mulata bribed a priest to testify that my father made him a deathbed confession. That bastard swore my father told him he was possessed, and so was his son, me. So they think I rose from the dead and I'm a warlock. They won't hear my claim.
That's unfortunate. But surely the courts of the king wouldn't believe a story like that.
Maybe not, but the king's in captivity, and none of the nobles have time for courts. No one will hear my case, and by the time this turmoil is over, everyone will have forgotten about me.
I heard some interesting tales about you. They say your family is cursed.
So Bernard's been telling those stories again. How my Oleshna cousins do love to gossip.
So your father didn't have...
What? A twisted mouth? Aye. Looked like it was run over by a wagon. And he was born with 4 siblings, and none of them lived. True. But they always leave one thing out of that fairy tale.
What's that?
That my grandmother was one of 5 babes, and her mother one of 4. That's how it goes in that family. And then that talk of the witch. Pah! My grandma couldn't wait to marry my grandfather and give him children.
Rivers of blood and a bloody flood.
We offer you safe conduct out of this domain if you leave everything you stole from Zahanish's subjects.
That's a very generous offer. But tell me, why should I accept?
Killing, fighting, never losing. Robbing, fucking, whores and boozing. Take the women, burn the village. Drink, annihilate and pillage. Burning, wrecking, making strife. How sweet it is.
Don't you know what's been going on around here recently?
Should I?
Bandits have been on the rampage all over the county. Cutthroats raided a nearby stud farm, and the locals have had enough of it.
No doubt, but I've nothing to do with that.
Try telling them that. On the way here, the captain recruited men from half the county. He intends to make an example of you.
So half the men in the country have come and they can snuff us out like a candle. But Bernard wants to offer us safe conduct out of the kindness of his heart? A likely story.
We want to avoid unnecessary bloodshed.
Don't waste your breath, Henry. I'm not as gullible as you think. We're done here. Send him on his way.
Oh, damn!
God save you, Henry.
I've just come back from Wolfling, Captain.
And in one piece, I see. That's something at least, but I doubt you achieved anything.
No, unfortunately. Wolfling is standing his ground.
Well, no matter. It was a good idea and certainly a brave deed. At least we've had time to prepare for the attack. Now, all you have to do is lead us to their encampment.
Ready when you are, Captain.
Wolflin of Camberg, for your crimes against Sir Meloda of Oleshna and Sir Hanush of Leiper, you have been declared a reprobate and an outlaw. Will you willingly lay down your arms and accept your just punishment at the hands of Sir Hanush? Or do you intend to offer resistance?
That's a difficult choice, cousin. What do you say, man?
Is your cousin? Am I to take it you intend to resist?
I didn't want to, but these men here talked me into it.
We're wasting our time, Captain. This brute here hasn't the honour of a common footpad. These murdering swine slayed Vitus and Cyril. I think it's time they paid for it. What do you say, men?
Damn right.
At those bastards! Charge!
For Cyril!
For the man who brings me Wolfman's head!
Now you're dead.
No curva!
Well, come on!
Henry! Just the man I want to see. I need help with something.
What's the problem, sir?
The Archbishop's vicar has come to Uzhitz. I don't know why exactly, but the rumor is that he's on the hunt for heretics, which frankly never meant any good, especially for me.
What should I do about him, then?
Firstly, find out why he's really here. He might truly be on the hunt for heretics, which wouldn't be good news. Or it's equally possible he's here to size up my estate, which would be even worse.
I understand. And then what?
The best thing for me and all concerned would be for him to pack his bags and go back to Prague.
And how can I, encourage him to do that? I can't just kick him out, can I?
No, of course not. But if you can make him believe there's nothing to find here, he'll be off in no time. So tell him
I've sent you to assist him.
I understand. And my task is to assist him in finding nothing.
Indeed.
Very well. I'll get going straight away.
Good luck, lad. And be careful. Clergymen are wily weasels, so take care.
I'll be careful. Don't worry, Sir Hannes.
Greetings. What do you need?
I have news from the camp, Sir Hannes.
Speak.
Unfortunately, we couldn't avoid a skirmish.
Where's Hans? I hope he's not...
There's no need to worry, my lord. Lord Capon's alive and well. Lord Capon is busy celebrating.
So you succeeded?
Wulfin is dead, and his men routed. Captain Bernard and the others are hunting them down in the woods right now.
By God, that's excellent news. I must say, Henry, after all that's happened recently, I'm glad something finally turned out well.
So am I, sir.
And I think you deserve to be rewarded for your efforts.
Thank you, sir.